Hello, this video demonstration is going to focus on scoring assignments. If you haven't viewed the video on creating and editing assignments, I recommend that you view that first. So to start with, we're looking at our home page, and as you may recall, we're going to score assignments by going to our assignment page. You can get there in one of two different ways from your home page. You can use the black grades button that corresponds to each class, or you can go to the grades icon and pick the class off of the grades icon. So in this case, I'll pick Math 5. When you do that, you'll end up looking at your assignment page. Your assignment page will include all of your different assignment types by default, and it will view all of them by default. So we're in the view all mode right now, and in this particular subject, I have two assignment types, homework and classwork. Okay, for the sake of my example here and showing how some of these features work, I'm going to pick the homework only mode so that we actually see points possible and points earned. So you can see how some of our scoring classifications will impact student grading. Okay, so let's just take a look. We've got an assignment here worth 50 points. Let's just enter some scores. This first student got a 50. I'm going to use a down arrow to get to the next student. Got a 34, down arrow. 47. I can now use the tab key if I want to also, if I like that better. 32. I can use the enter key. And so I'm just going to go ahead and get scores in here for all of these kids as quickly as possible. And so we can move on to talk about commenting. Okay, and once I've got my scores in, I can save. You may have noticed one of my scores is too high. All that means is that the points I assigned were greater than the points possible. If that's what I intended, I can leave it alone. However, we're calling that out to you in case it's an error. In this case, I'm going to assume it was a mistake and I wanted to enter 48. Okay? Whoops, not 480, but 48. 8. And I'll save that. Okay, so that's the simple entering a score. That's very easy. What we've added as a new feature in Patient Reporter for this year is the ability to add some comments. And so I'm going to take a few scores away. Let's take Isaac's score away. Let's take Adam's score away. And let's take Bailey's score away. Now, if I double click on Isaac, let's say Isaac doesn't have a score because he was absent. I want him to make up the assignment, so I'm going to leave it in the grade, but he was absent. And so now I have a little visual clue that lets me know why he has a 0. He has a 0 because he was absent, and it's still going to be included in his grade. We can see the points possible for Isaac still show 110 just like everybody else. Okay? Another student that was absent was Adam, excuse me. Double click on Adam's scoring box to bring this up, and I'm going to say he was excused. I'm actually going to let Brian off the hook because, Adam was in the hospital for 3 months. Now, when I enter a freeform comment and I save, I'm always going to be prompted, a little box going to say, are you sure you're ready to save this? Because once I save this, I can't edit. So am I happy with this? Yes. Then I'll save it. Okay? And once this screen refreshes, we'll see that Adam has a comment and he's got an excuse. So his grade is out of 60 points, not out of 110, because those 50 points don't count. Okay? The last student we're going to take a look at, another double click on that box opens the comment box. And let's just say I've got some other options here. I can use absent and excused. I can use not enrolled. Not enrolled is a good one, obviously, for a student that shows up late and all these assignments they didn't participate in. Of course, you want to use that. A late assignment, let's say I've got this Bailey completed her assignment late. Bailey was traveling to a basketball game, school basketball game. So it was a school function. And so she's going to give it to me late. I just want to make sure I've gotten my records. Am I happy with my comment? Yes. I save that, refresh. And so now I've got a comment that basically says, Bailey's going to give me a score. And maybe next week She comes in, whoops, that's double click, just a single click to enter a score. She gets her score done and she does a perfect job, and so she has a 50. So these comments and letters don't preclude students from getting points unless they're excused. If you give a student who's excused points, the system, I'm sorry, it's a single click to enter a score, a double click to comment. If I give Adam does that assignment and he gets a 50, well, it's not going to count. Now I can double click and remove the excused. And of course now it will count. And I could have commented on that also, saying, hey, Adam came and got the assignment in, etc. But now that does count. Okay, so that's scoring. You can score assignments, you can enter notes on attendance, and you can enter notes that allow you to just basically keep a good record of the scoring decisions that you're making, so that if you ever have to talk to a parent, you've got the best information possible. A couple of other videos you might want to look at. If you haven't already seen, as I mentioned earlier, creating and editing assignments, you definitely probably want to see that video. And if you haven't seen the video on creating assignments with using advanced options, you might want to view that video. Thanks. Have a wonderful day.